Welcome back, everybody. It's Adam from Two for Joy with another episode of The Whistleblower. Some controversial topics this week around simulation and an offside where I pull the match footage against the automated VAR footage and show how they're completely different. But before we start, if you're new around here, get down there, like and subscribe. Make sure you join in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of these topics that I'm bringing up. It almost sickens me every week seeing these decisions be made, and I feel like somebody has to talk about it, and this is the platform we should. So let's get into it. Right, so we're going to start with the big topic. Jacob Ramsey's second yellow by Peter Banks in the Newcastle versus Manchester United game. And realistically, Anthony Gordon plays him through. He touches the ball past Lomans, the goalkeeper, and he does receive the most minute amount of contact on his back leg, and it knocks him out of his stride. And you can see the way he goes down. There's no appeal for a penalty. Peter Banks has pointed for a goal kick. The lino on that side has kept his flag down. There's no insinuation that it's a dive. And if you look at Ramsey's face, it's just frustration on his part that he's pushed the ball too far in an opportunity where he could have taken it around the keeper and scored. And it really frustrates me with this because straight after Peter Banks has given the goal kick, he's crowded by 5 to 6 Man United players. The key culprit in this, the same fucking key culprit we see every week with Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes. And I don't know what this sway this guy has with Premier League officials, but as soon as he puts the pressure on Peter Banks changes his mind. He comes back, refuse that decision that he's already made and given a goal kick, and changes it for a yellow card changes it to a yellow card and a second yellow at that to send Jacob Ramsey off. It's staggering how much sway those Man United players crowding a referee has. And then the only like-for-like comparison I could find this week of a could be a dive that wasn't given as a penalty is Erling Haaland against Notts Forest. It's 2-1 to Man City. Erling Haaland's gone into the box. Now he clearly pushes the ball away from the goalkeeper and then changes the line of his run to make sure he initiates contact and puts his foot into the zone that Matt Sells is coming out and sliding into. And they VAR this. They actually look at it, VAR review it and say it's not a penalty. Now Erling Haaland gets up with a big smile on his face because he knows he's not getting booked for this. He knows that referee's not pulling out a yellow card for simulation. But if he's initiating contact, if he's trying to initiate contact in order to get a penalty, to gain an advantage in this game, surely that's simulation. So I find this really baffling. And then, interestingly, from the Geordie Journos this week, and big shout out to them, the last time Peter Banks refereed a Newcastle game was Newcastle versus Chelsea. And interestingly, another controversial VAR call when Trevor Chalobah sideswipes Anthony Gordon, gets none of the ball, and you can say it's a shoulder-to-shoulder, a coming together. I'll put the image up. In my opinion, how hard Chalobah hits Anthony Gordon and the fact that he walks over and stands over him and that his eyes never make contact with the ball, they're only watching the player, suggests everything in this was a penalty. And once again, it's a Peter Banks decision that has gone against Newcastle. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's interesting. If it's not Chris Kavanagh, it's Peter Banks. But it's interesting. The two games that Peter Banks has refereed Newcastle this season, two big contentious decisions that completely changed the game. They completely changed the outcome of the way these matches could be. So, like I say, let me know. And then moving on, and this one is the bread and butter of this channel, offsides. And I get sick of talking about offsides because basically what really annoys me with an offside decision is this is the easiest call in football. Essentially, at Stockley Park, you get a still image on screen from where the ball is kicked with a down the line image to show whether the player is stood in an onside or offside position. You have to draw a line. That's all you have to do. Draw a line from the body part of the defender, draw a line from the body part of the forward. This should be the bread and butter. This shouldn't cause so much controversy. But sure enough, my issue with this is when you look at the on-field still here, João Pedro looks like he stood with his foot slightly past the Aston Villa defender. And when it's shown back in the automated image, it's shown that João Pedro is stood just back from the Aston Villa defender. And my point being, I want to see the on-field. I don't want to see an automated image because I can't see at what point you've captured the offside. I can't see the player who's passing the ball through to initiate the start of this offside. So when I put these two images up where it's been clipped and they've said this is when the ball was played and João Pedro's body position, and the automated image with where VAR have said his body position is, his body's in two different positions. And when I looked at this picture, I was like, one, João Pedro's hand. In the automated image, João Pedro's hand is in line with the end of his toe. In the on-field image, João Pedro's hand is not in line with the end of his toe. In the on-field image, João Pedro's foot is pointing out from his body. In the automated image, João Pedro's foot is pointing down from his body. I don't believe these two images are captured at the same point in the frame from when this game is being played. And this is my issue with the offside rule. Now, I believe João Pedro is offside. But if I roll this 3 frames back, I can give you the same image and say he's not offside, so long as I don't show you when the ball was kicked. Let me know in the comments. I mean, it's once again another week of controversial decisions. Once again, I don't feel the right calls are being made. And it's the same culprits over and over and over. When are we going to change this standard of officiating in the Premier League? When are we going to look at these decisions and get a better system that allows for more free-flowing football? I'd be quite happy if we just scrapped it all together and went with the on-field decision of the referees, if we had good referees. And the thing around Stockley Park is I think we need to change it up and have Stockley Park and basically the guys that do VAR separate from the referees. I don't think they should be the guys that they know each other, they work closely together. I think it should be as simple as we give a decision at Stockley Park and the referees never meet those people. They're independent, two independent entities, because then there can't be the confusion or the I'm just trying to help my mate out because he's made a howler. He's called a bad decision. I don't want him to get in trouble and it be all over the telly. I think these need to be as strictly kept apart as possible. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like and subscribe. I'll be back with a match reaction for the Newcastle versus Manchester City in the FA Cup. So check it out later for that. And hopefully, guys, I will see you in the next one.